The mission is here on Earth because this is who we are, and we know this as souls. Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about what is the Starseed Mission. So, the Starseed Mission in essence is the journey home. It's the journey back to source consciousness, the journey back to our soul's awareness. So I've heard a lot of people say to me recently how they want to go home. This is a common theme in the Starseed community, this feeling of wanting to go home. So when people say they want to go home, sometimes they get this feeling that they come from like the Pleiades or Sirius or Arcturus or the Angelic realms or somewhere. How I understand it is that this idea of going home is actually going back to our soul. So what people are sensing into when they're sensing into going home is going back to the soul, not actually going back to the Pleiades or Sirius or somewhere like this. And so the soul is made up of all our incarnations existing here and now in the timeless, eternal, present moment. Our soul is all the aspects of ourself, all our past and future lives, all our parallel reality Earth incarnations, lives in extraterrestrial realms, lives in angelic realms and other dimensions and the like. And so this is our soul. It's a multidimensional nature. And when people are sensing into the idea of going home, they're actually sensing into the idea of merging back into our soul. And I believe this is what occurs when we die, when we leave the physical body. So a lot of us have this memory of being connected to like this pure love-like consciousness, this infinite flow of love of the multidimensional infinite soul that we all are. But the idea is, so when people are connecting into the idea of going home, they're connecting into the soul's consciousness and the remembrance that we are kind of this infinite love, bliss, reality state of multidimensional awareness. And so the idea is that we're not here to go home. We're not here to go back to the Pleiades because that's not who we are. You know, that we are a soul. We're here to reintegrate our soul in physical reality. We're here to, going home means going back to our soul. And accessing the soul's consciousness is very available to us on Earth now, especially as we're going through this transformation of consciousness. So the journey home is the journey back to the soul's consciousness and bringing the soul's consciousness to Earth. Like as Jesus says in his famous hymn, the Lord's Prayer, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." It's this idea that God's kingdom is coming back to earth. The consciousness of our soul, the Ka, as I believe the Egyptians called it, is being reintegrated into the earth consciousness, and we're going through this huge and now rapid acceleration of consciousness into our soul's awareness. And so the journey home is the journey back into the soul's consciousness and even into the source consciousness itself. But for the purpose of this talk and the purpose of our missions and the Starseed Mission, the journey home is the journey back into the soul's consciousness and who we are as souls and what we can bring as souls to this realm. And the more we tap into like who we are as starseeds, who we truly are, and be us to the fullest we can be us, and tap into our Starseed Mission and bring to this reality our gifts and our talents and really tune into what we've learned from our path so far and what we can bring to this reality and who we are as starseeds. The more we can tune into this, the more we are realizing our soul's consciousness in this reality. And so the journey home is not just a journey within, into activating our soul within so we can activate the love, light, bliss of the higher dimensions within our own consciousness. It's a journey of interacting with the outer reality through following our highest excitement moment to moment, and through like really not getting lost in our mind, and every time we feel we're going off track, dropping back into center and coming to a meditative space and waiting till we get the downloads and operating from this new consciousness. And as we operate more and more from this new consciousness, what we're doing is we're integrating this in our reality, and we're collectively raising the vibration and the consciousness of our reality, and we're beginning to integrate our soul's consciousness home into our physical reality, the awareness of our soul's experiences in the Pleiades, in Sirius. And so the idea is, when people are saying home is the Pleiades, it's likely that if you feel this, or Sirius or Arcturus, whatever, if you feel like your home is, for example, the Pleiades, it's likely that your soul has many incarnations in the Pleiades. It has a very exploration of the idea of love, because Pleiadians are very much connected to the idea of love. So this is what you're sensing into when you're sensing into the idea of wanting to go home. But the mission is here on Earth because this is who we are, and we know this as souls. And so the idea is that as we follow our excitement, our mission as starseeds, and so our mission as starseeds is very lightly connected to extraterrestrial contact or interdimensional awakening or connection to the angelic realms, and really connecting to our multidimensional nature and integrating this into reality.